She begged him to leave her, but he carried her in his arms for 3 days using an exoskeleton. The battlefield was quiet. Not the silence of peace, but the heavy stillness that followed slaughter. Smoke curled from shattered tanks and scorched alien trees. The wind carried the bitter scent of metal, blood, and burnt ozone. Sergeant Elias Kane adjusted the cracked visor of his helmet, his exoskeleton servos whining faintly as he took another step forward through the wreckage. He had been looking for survivors for hours, human or alien. Orders were clear. Evacuate any friendly soldier, retrieve intelligence, and avoid unnecessary conflict. But war rarely allowed unnecessary to remain clear-cut. A soft sound reached his ears. A whimper. Wait, close. Kane followed it past overturned alien armor, stepping carefully over glowing shards of crystal weapons. At first he thought it was one of his own, but when he reached the source his stomach tightened. A woman lay half buried under debris, alien unmistakably. Her violet skin was smeared with ash and blood, luminous eyes half closed. Her armor, ornate and shattered, marked her as a high-ranking warrior of the enemy. Her legs were mangled beyond use. She raised her head slightly, meeting his gaze. "Human," she whispered, voice trembling with exhaustion. "Finish me, quickly." Kane hesitated. He could see she was barely clinging to life. But something in her eyes, defiance and sorrow interwoven, kept him rooted to the spot. "I'm not here to kill you," he said, crouching. "I'm here to save whoever I can." Her lips curled faintly in disbelief. "You save your kind. Not me." "Anyone," Kane said firmly, "who's still breathing." He began clearing the debris from her body. When he reached her ruined legs, she flinched in pain. "Stop," she gasped. "Leave me. My people will not forgive me if I return, and yours will kill me if I don't. Let me die here." "Not happening," Kane muttered, activating the servos of his exoskeleton. The frame hummed around his limbs, amplifying his strength tenfold. He slid his arms under her broken form and lifted her easily, despite the extra weight of her fractured armor. "Put me down," she cried, striking weakly at his chest. "Do you not hear me? You doom yourself." "Shut up and save your breath," Kane grunted, adjusting his grip. 3 days to extraction. You want to argue the whole way or stay alive?" Her voice faltered. 3 days? He nodded. 3 days. Day 1. The first day was the hardest. Kane's exoskeleton kept him moving, but the added weight of the alien warrior drained his power cells faster than anticipated. Every mile brought new obstacles: collapsed terrain, hostile patrols, acid rain that hissed against his armor. She resisted him at every turn. "My name is Sira," she hissed during one brief stop for water. "Remember it, human. Remember whose life you steal from her people." "I'm not stealing anything," Kane replied, checking her bandages. "I'm giving you a chance." "A chance for what?" Her eyes blazed. "To rot in your prison? To be paraded as some trophy?" "I don't take trophies," he said quietly. "I bury them." The words silenced her. That night, he built a small shelter from broken plating and thermal sheets. As acid rain fell outside, he checked the exoskeleton's diagnostics. Power at 60%. If he pushed too hard, he wouldn't make it 3 days. Sira stirred beside him, whispering something in her own language, a prayer maybe or a curse. Kane couldn't tell. Day 2. By morning, Sira's fever worsened. Infection had set in. Her blood glowed faintly along the cracks in her skin. Kane improvised a disinfectant from his dwindling medical supplies, ignoring her protests. "Why?" she rasped. "Why save me? We slaughtered your kind. Burned your cities." Kane didn't look at her as he secured fresh bandages. "I've seen enough death. Do you think saving me will undo it?" "No," he said simply. "But I can't watch another person die if I can stop it." She stared at him for a long time, searching for deception. Finally she whispered, "You are strange, human." "Get used to it," Kane muttered, lifting her once more. They traveled through ruins of crystalline spires. Once proud alien cities now reduced to ghostly wreckage. The silence was oppressive. Occasionally, distant screams or gunfire echoed, reminders that the war hadn't ended, only moved elsewhere. That evening, Sira asked, "Do you have a family?" Kane hesitated. "Had. Sorry?" He almost laughed at the sincerity in her voice. "You killed them?" "No." "Then don't be sorry." For the first time, she didn't argue. Day 3. The final day began with a storm. Shards of lightning struck alien monoliths, each boom rattling Kane's bones. The exoskeleton systems flickered under the strain, but he kept moving. Sira was quieter now, not from defiance but from weakness. Fever dreams left her murmuring in her language. Once she called out a name, Kale. Kane didn't ask who it was. At midday they encountered a human patrol. "Kane," one of the soldiers shouted, aiming rifles at Sira. "Drop the alien. Orders are clear, no prisoners." She's coming with us, Kane barked back. Are you insane? That's an enemy commander. She's wounded. She's not a threat. Orders? Then shoot me too, Kane snapped. Because I'm not leaving her. The standoff lasted long seconds. Then the patrol leader spat, lowered his rifle and waved them through. You're out of your mind, Sergeant? Yeah, Kane muttered. Tell me something new. By dusk, the extraction site loomed ahead, a jagged cliff overlooking a valley where dropships waited. Kane's legs trembled as the exoskeleton's power reserves hit critical. Each step felt heavier, louder, like dragging mountains. Sierra stirred weakly in his arms. Why do you keep going? Because, he whispered, I said I would. You could have left me. I could have. Why didn't you? Kane stopped, meeting her luminous eyes. Because nobody deserves to be left behind. Not even you. Tears welled in her eyes, alien tears, shimmering silver in the fading light. I was wrong about your kind. Yeah, he said softly. So was I. Epilogue. When the dropship doors closed behind them, Kane finally collapsed, exoskeleton locking as power failed completely. Medics rushed to take Sierra, but she clutched at his arm weakly. Human, she whispered. Elias. He blinked in surprise. How do you know my name? I heard your soldiers call you. I will remember it. Always. Kane managed a faint smile. Get some rest, Sierra. As the dropship rose into the stormy sky, two enemies, no longer enemies, lay side by side, bound not by war but by survival. And somewhere deep inside both of them, the first fragile seed of something neither could name quietly began to grow.